This video will cover difficult questions regarding the topic of derivatives of logarithmic functions. Question 1. d dx of ln x equals 1 over x. You can think of it as d dx of ln u equals 1 over u times u prime. Y prime equals 1 over cotangent x over 2 times cotangent x over 2 prime equals tangent x over 2 times d dx of cotangent x equals minus cosecant squared x, then d dx of cotangent u equals minus cosecant squared of u times u prime. Back to the original. Minus cosecant squared of x over 2 times x over 2 prime equals, we can rewrite as sine of x over 2 over cosine of x over 2 times minus 1 over sine squared of x over 2 times x over 2 prime is 1 over 2 equals cancelled, then cancelled, minus 1 over cosine x over 2 times sine x over 2 times 1 over 2. Using the trigonometric identity, sine of 2x equals to sine of x times cosine of x, then 2 times sine of x over 2 times cosine of x over 2 equals sine of x. Then back to the original, minus 1 over sine of x, which is minus cosecant of x. Question 2. Using the logarithmic property, y equals ln 2x minus ln square root of x squared plus 4 equals ln 2 plus ln x minus ln x squared plus 4 to the power of 1 over 2 equals ln 2 plus ln x minus 1 over 2 can go down, then 1 over 2 ln x squared plus 4. Y prime equals, differentiating the constant ln 2 is 0 plus 1 over x minus 1 over 2 times 1 over x squared plus 4 times x squared plus 4 prime equals 1 over x minus 1 over 2 times x squared plus 4 times, this one is 2x plus 0 equals 1 over x minus 2 times 1, 2 times 1, then x over x squared plus 4 equals x squared plus 4 minus x squared over x times x squared plus 4 equals, then cancelled. The final answer is 4 over x times x squared plus 4. Question 3. Y equals, using the logarithmic property, ln of sine of x plus cosine of x minus ln of sine of x minus cosine of x. Y prime equals 1 over sine of x plus cosine of x times sine of x plus cosine of x prime minus 1 over sine of x minus cosine of x times sine of x minus cosine of x prime equals cosine of x minus sine of x over sine of x plus cosine of x minus the first one, cosine of x minus sine of x, make positive, over sine of x minus cosine of x. Make a single fraction times sine minus cosine over sine minus cosine times sine plus cosine over sine plus cosine equals cosine of x minus sine of x times sine of x minus cosine of x minus cosine of x plus sine of x times sine of x plus cosine of x over sine of x plus cosine of x times sine of x minus cosine of x equals the first one sine cosine minus cosine squared minus sine squared plus sine times cosine minus sine times cosine plus cosine squared plus sine squared plus sine times cosine over expand. This is a plus b times a minus b form equals a squared minus b squared. Then sine squared x minus cosine squared x equals sine cosine minus sine cosine minus sine cosine. This is 1 and this is minus 1. Then minus 1 together make minus 2 over. Using the trigonometric identity, cosine of 2x equals cosine squared x minus sine squared x. Then back to the original. Then this one is minus cosine of 2x equals make positive 2 of cosine of 2x equals 2 secant of 2x. Question 4. Using the logarithmic property, y equals ln of 1 minus sine of x over 1 plus sine of x to the power of 1 over 2. Then 1 over 2 can go down. 1 over 2 ln of 1 minus sine of x over 1 plus sine of x equals 1 over 2 ln of 1 minus sine of x minus ln of 1 plus sine of x. Y prime equals 1 over 2 times 1 over 1 minus sine of x times 1 minus sine of x prime minus 1 over 1 plus sine of x times 1 plus sine of x prime equals 1 over 2 times 1 prime is 0, then minus sine x prime equals cosine of x over 1 minus sine of x minus 0 plus sine of x prime is cosine of x over 1 plus sine of x equals take out minus cosine of x on each side, then minus cosine of x over 2 times 1 over 1 minus sine of x plus 1 over 1 plus sine of x equals minus cosine of x over 2 times, make a single fraction, 1 plus sine of x plus 1 minus sine of x over 1 minus sine of x times 1 plus sine of x equals minus cosine of x over 2 times plus sine of x minus sine of x, then 2 over expand 1 minus sine squared of x equals minus cancelled, then cosine of x times 1 over cosine squared of x equals minus 1 over cosine of x equals, the final answer is minus secant of x. This is the last one. Y prime equals, using the quotient rule, square root of x squared plus 3 prime times x minus square root of x squared plus 3 times x prime over x squared plus 1 over x minus square root of x squared plus 3 times x minus square root of x squared plus 3 prime. d dx of square root of x equals 1 over 2 square root of x. Then d dx of square root of u equals 1 over 2 square root of u times u prime. Then back to the original. First one is 1 over 2 square root of x squared plus 3 times x squared plus 3 prime times x minus square root of x squared plus 3 times x prime is 1 over x squared plus 1 over x minus square root of x squared plus 3 times x prime is 1 minus this one, using this 1 over 2 square root of x squared plus 3 times x squared plus 3 prime equals, this part is 2x, then cancelled, x over square root of x squared plus 3 times another x minus square root of x squared plus 3 over x squared plus 1 over x minus square root of x squared plus 3 times 1 minus, this one is 2x, then cancelled, x over square root of x squared plus 3 times square root of x squared plus 3 over square root of x squared plus 3 equals, the first one x squared minus second one is x squared plus 3 over x squared times square root of x squared plus 3 plus 1 over x minus square root of x squared plus 3 times, make a single fraction, square root of x squared plus 3 minus x over square root of x squared plus 3 equals, cancelled, minus 3 over x squared times square root of x squared plus 3 plus, this one we can rewrite as, take out minus x minus square root of x squared plus 3, then cancelled, minus 1 over square root of x squared plus 3, then times x squared over x squared equals minus 3 over x squared times square root of x squared plus 3 minus x squared over x squared times square root of x squared plus 3, then minus 3 plus x squared over x squared times square root of x squared plus 3. The final answer is minus square root of x squared plus 3 over x squared. I hope this video has been helpful. This is the last of 3 videos covering derivatives of logarithmic functions. Previous lessons are linked in the description bar below. If you have any questions, please leave them in a comment. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.